You know that old saying, you can judge a man by the company he keeps.
It does make you think, doesn't it? Especially when unusual connections pop up.
Well, it certainly comes to mind with what we're digging into today. There's this ongoing trial, Sean Diddy Combs, facing very serious charges. Sex trafficking, racketeering.
Yeah, it's been getting a lot of attention. And the testimony, well, it's painting a pretty disturbing picture of his world, allegedly.
Absolutely. And here's a twist. A story that's really starting to trend from the trial testimony. It involves Donald Trump.
Oh, how so?
Specifically, the claim that Combs was like a frequent guest, maybe more than a guest, at Trump International Hotel in New York City.
Ah, okay. So Combs and Trump Tower, or Trump International, rather.
Exactly. And this isn't just rumor. It's coming straight from testimony given by his former personal assistant, a guy named David James.
Right, David James. It's interesting how, a detail like someone's favorite hotel can suddenly become significant in a case like this.
It really is. It makes you wonder what else is there. So our mission today is to unpack this specific connection revealed in the trial. What did the testimony actually say, and what might it, suggest? We're not taking sides on any political stuff, just looking at the info presented.
Got it. Focus on the testimony itself.
Okay, so David James, former personal assistant to Combs. And his job sounds intense.
That's putting it mildly, from what I read. What were the hours again?
He described working from 8 a.m. one morning straight through to 8 a.m. the next morning, nonstop.
Wow. 24-hour shifts. That definitely suggests a very demanding and maybe isolating environment.
For sure. And James shared something he apparently heard from other staff members, a kind of mantra. This is Mr. Combs' kingdom, and we are all here to serve in it. Stay in your lane.
Oof. That paints a picture, doesn't it? A very specific hierarchy. Very controlled.
Totally. But the part that's making headlines now is James saying Trump International Hotel was Combs' favorite place to stay in New York.
His favorite, huh? Not just a place, but the place.
Yeah. And James actually said, let me get the quote right. Well, they knew me very well. They gave me a key.
A key. A key. Okay, that implies a lot more than just checking in now and then. That sounds like really frequent visits, maybe even some kind of arrangement.
It suggests real familiarity, right?
Right.
And James described having to ferry all sorts of supplies there, not just clothes and a toiletry bag, but a medicine bag, specific food, drinks.
So he was basically setting up a mini base for Combs wherever they went, including the hotel?
Seems like it. He mentioned doing this globally too, but specifically highlighted Trump International. And get this detail, he talked about preparing up to 40 different skincare items for Combs in the bathroom there.
40 skincare items.
40. It's such a specific, almost bizarre detail,
It really is. But those kinds of specifics, sometimes they add a layer of credibility. It's the kind of thing you'd notice if you were doing it day in, day out.
Good point. It makes it feel very real.
And it also, frankly, suggests a certain level of, pampering or specific demands being met constantly.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Now, James's testimony wasn't just about the hotel logistics. He also made a pretty disturbing claim about Combs having an embarrassing video of him.
Oh, a video of James himself.
Yeah, allegedly showing James, taking ecstasy, drinking vodka, dancing. Stuff James said was really out of character for him.
Okay, that shifts things a bit. Why would Combs allegedly have that?
Well, according to James, Combs told him, I'm going to keep this footage in case I need it.
Wow. Okay, so potential leverage. That definitely speaks to a power dynamic.
Exactly. It sounds like a way to ensure compliance, maybe. James himself said its release would be incredibly embarrassing.
You can imagine the pressure that puts on someone knowing that exists. It adds another layer to that kingdom comment, doesn't it?
It really does. Now, just for context, because this Trump hotel thing is our focus, but it's part of a bigger trial.
Right. There's other testimony.
Yeah, like singer Don Richard. He testified he saw Combs being violent towards Cassie Ventura back in 2009. And Richard claimed Combs threatened him and Cassie to keep quiet.
Threatened.
Allegedly said they could go missing.
Oof. That's heavy. Serious intimidation, if true.
Definitely. And Cassie Ventura, through her lawyer, released a statement saying the week was tough, but also empowering and healing. And she hopes her story helps other survivors.
It takes incredible courage. It's important to remember the human impact amidst all the legal details.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so bringing it back to the Trump connection specifically, the source material we looked at pointed out some past history there.
Right. The public statements.
Yeah. Like Trump apparently saying in the past that he loves Diddy, that they're good friends.
Mm-hmm. So there was, at least publicly, a friendly relationship acknowledged some time ago, which makes the hotel detail even more interesting, perhaps.
And there was also that mention of Suge Knight, the rap producer who's currently incarcerated.
What about him?
Apparently, Knight predicted that if Diddy gets convicted, Trump might pardon him.
That's pure speculation, of course, but it shows how people connect these figures in their minds, right? Power, celebrity, potential favors.
Exactly. It reflects a certain perception. But crucially, we have to state, Sean Combs denies all these charges. Vigorously.
Yes, absolutely essential to remember. These are allegations being tested in court. Nothing is proven yet. Innocent until proven guilty.
Right. The source also threw in that phrase, birds of a feather flock together. Just an observation some might make, given everything.
It's an idiom people use when they see perceived associations.
And it reminded us of those other Trump quotes about Diddy, like, he's a good friend of mine, he's a good guy, and I think he's a good guy, I'm going to stick up for him. Again, just past statements being reported.
Just part of the public record between them from a different time.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive, the main thing is this testimony from David James. He alleges Combs frequently used Trump International in NYC, calling it his favorite.
And the details are key. James having regular access, bringing tons of supplies, even having a key.
Right. That's the core takeaway from this specific part of the trial testimony that's emerged.
And for you, listening and trying to piece together this whole complex situation, it's another data point, a potentially significant one about Combs' alleged lifestyle, his routines, his connections.
Yeah, it makes you think, doesn't it? How do these details, like a preferred hotel, fit into the bigger picture of these serious allegations?
Exactly. Sometimes the seemingly small things offer unexpected insights.
So maybe something for you to mull over. What is this alleged frequent use of Trump's hotel, the key, the 40 skincare items? What might that suggest about the environment Combs allegedly created around himself?
Or perhaps how does a specific location like that become intertwined with the broader narrative that's unfolding in court? Does it add context to the power dynamics James described?
Interesting questions to think about as this trial continues.